Welcome to the Boys and Ivy Chicago Cubs podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Boys and Ivy. I'm your host, Jason Mead, alongside my son, Parker Park Chop Mead.
Hello, everybody.
And we want to thank you for tuning in to today's show. We got a good one for you here. We are going to talk about what the Cubs need to do to solidify their chances of winning the World Series. And yes, I said that right. I did not say the Dodgers. I said the Cubs winning a World Series. We're going to talk about that here on the show today. And the first news out of camp is this. Very bad news. On Valentine's Day, we got the thing that came across the bottom line on the Marquee Network that Matt Shaw has apparently suffered an oblique injury, Park.
Yeah, didn't Seiya Suzuki have that last year at like the beginning of the season? And
Yeah.
maybe Matt Shaw should take some rest because it also happens a lot with the swing, and that's what Craig Counsell said it was from. Just him, he was swinging in the cages and he's having some rough time with it. But he probably should like stay down for a little bit, hit every once in a while, just keep it slow. Don't work yourself so hard.
Yeah, and this came right after the news that we did not land Alex Bregman, which is totally fine. But with this injury, it's concerning because, this guy's going to hit. And I think sometimes when them young players, they start swinging in the cages, I think, over a period of time when you're constantly swinging, these injuries seem to happen more often than none. So hopefully he's back and ready to go because there's a lot riding on this year for him. And, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, but I think he's going to do just fine. And I'm super stoked to see him do it.
Yeah, I think he'll be just fine by the season. I'm sure he's gonna play. He just needs to heal up and get ready for the season.
You just chill out, watch some Netflix and chill and just take it easy for the next couple of days. So this brings us to our next topic. We got to have a third base backup plan. And right now, there's some rumors floating around that Justin Turner may be that target. What do you think, Park?
Yeah, he had a 259 batting average, 11 dingers, 55 ribbies last year with Seattle. I mean, that's not bad numbers, especially he's won a World Series, and that can help Matt Shaw. He can help Matt Shaw be a better third baseman in infield wise, and these guys can both hit pretty well. I want Justin Turner actually, so if Matt Shaw needs a break at the regular season when it starts, because if he's hurting or anything, we have a guy that has a lot of experience to come in and do pretty good, but. It also, like how I was saying, it might help Matt Shaw because Justin Turner's had so much experience, especially from other teams, learning new things that he can help Matt Shaw. So that's one reason why that's a couple reasons why I want Justin Turner.
And he's a proven third baseman. And like you said, he can also platoon at first because right now we're a little on the depth chart in the first base side. He can sub in for Michael Busch a little bit too as well. So I think this would be a great guy to mentor Matt Shaw. A guy with a lot, like you said, a guy with a lot of experience, an all-star, a World Series champion, and the guy can hit. The guy could hit. He's hit his whole career. So this is a perfect guy to bring in, and he's probably going to be pretty cheap. It's not going to be as much as this next guy that they're talking about bringing in. And do we dare do this? Bring in Nolan Arenado?
No, I don't want a Cardinal. Heck
No
no.
Redbirds flying around in the Cubs dugout, huh?
Because if we bring in Nolan Arenado, we're probably gonna have to give up someone like Owen Cassie, and that might end up biting us in the future.
That's true. They're going to probably command something of one of the big guns in the minor leagues. But like I said, the only thing is Nolan Arenado is a stud defensive player. Don't you
10
agree?
Gold Glove winner. He won 10 in a row until last year he didn't win it. But like that just gives us another Gold Glover. The only spot that would give us the only spot in the infield is first base. And Michael Busch was a finalist in the Gold Glove. So maybe Michael Busch can be a Gold Glover in the future, and he's also a great hitter. So But bringing a guy like Nolan Arenado is just is good. I mean, but I just as me as a Cubs fan, I don't want no Redbird germs all over this dugout. We don't need that.
Oh, well, I don't know. My thoughts on it are he's a stud. But he's got 3 years left on this 8-year deal. And man, it's going to cost you. I think it's like 20 some million this year, 15 or 16. So the next 3 years, it's going to come with a hefty price tag. And not only that, but there's deferred money. There's deferred money that goes to the goes towards the end of that contract, which Jed has already came out and said that Ricketts will not defer any money. And Nolan Arenado has deferred money until 2041. So this is definitely something that keep in mind. I don't think that we'll get him, but like it would be awesome because he is a heck of a defensive player, and we've been really big on the Cubs defense in all the podcasts that we talked about so far. And I think I don't know. I just think that's too much money that Ricketts isn't going to pay.
Yeah, but you also like this because last year we were like, dude, the Cubs need to spend some money, get some more All Stars, get some players that are going to help this team out. But this year, I like how we're spending money. I like how we're trying to be aggressive, going after Alex Bregman. Even though we didn't get him, we offered him $30 million, and he ended up signing with the Red Sox. But and it's like $40 million is a lot. That's in 3 years, $40 million. That's $120 million in 3 years, and that's a lot of money. Now, 30 million is a lot of money too, but that that also can wind down that money a little bit and save that for the future for some young studs.
And there were so many reports that came out that Bregman wanted to come to the Cubs because he had a couple of his Astros buddies come along with him, but obviously money talks. Money talks. So I
Yeah,
think there's a lot of deferred money to him too. I'm sure it's going to stretch out quite a bit, but there was no way that Ricketts was going to pay this guy $40 million. Are you really? Is Alex Bregman worth $40 million a year?
in my opinion, no. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. But you also got to look at Nico. Look, Nico had a better batting average, but the only thing that Bregman's beating him in is home runs and RBIs. And you
Yeah,
also want your average to hit for singles, doubles, triples, not just home runs. Which RBIs they win. The RBIs are going to get you wins because you're not getting so much runs. So
but like I said, the $40 million price tag for Bregman is just unreal to think about when you got guys like Mike Trout making $35 million a year, and that guy's a multiple MVP. Is it's just that's $40 million is just insane. So what we
yeah,
think, the topic of this show is who we need to bring on to solidify our chances to win a World Series, and that is this guy right here. Who is he, Park?
Dylan Cease threw no hitter
Dylan,
last year.
Dylan Cease of the Padres. I don't know if they're going to give him up, but man, this is definitely tops on my wish list. Michael King would have. He's another one that you could go after, but Dylan Cease is the ticket. Dylan Cease is the ticket to the World Series, Park. Could you imagine
But
adding
one
him into the two spot in our
one
rotation?
but one thing though. Yes, I want Dylan Cease. But we wouldn't even have to give anything up for him if we kept him. Like
Yeah, we did have him. We
we
traded
like
him to the White Sox for Jose Quintana. Jose
and then
Quintana.
what is he like I don't even know who that is.
Never heard of her. Never heard of her. But
But
no,
yeah,
like,
Dylan Cease would
where do
be
you
a
see?
great.
Where do you see? Imagine him to the arsenal of pitchers that we have in the starting rotation. What do you see?
Yeah, because in a 5 game series in the playoffs we got Steele, Shota, then we had Dylan Cease, Tyon, and Matt Boyd. Or Matthew Boyd.
Dog,
That's
dogs.
that's a great starting pitcher rotation. And our closers, we picked up on that. We've got our team has just gotten so much better in the past year.
Yeah, our starting rotation would definitely be set up for that. Like you said, that was really good point of you talking about the 5 games series. I mean, obviously, if we played the Dodgers, I mean, them guys can hit. But I think if we have that pitching staff, I like my the first 3 game set. What we would have Shota, Dog. We would have Dylan, like you said, Dylan Cease, Justin Steele. Those first 3 games going against if we did play the Dodgers, going against Yamamoto, a rookie, and Roki, and what Blake Snell. I like our chances there. What do you think? You like your chances there?
Yes.
I'll take our
Yes.
3 guys
But
over their 3 guys in that
one
spot if
thing
we get
though,
going.
one thing though, today we were playing
Oh
MLB The
yeah.
Show. Damn, 26-6. It was the Cubs versus the Dodgers, and I was the Dodgers. I put up 31 hits on them.
Man, why you gotta go? Why do you gotta go and rub that in? Man, I couldn't get one past these Dodgers. They hit everything, but I
Yeah,
do, I
Mookie
do,
Betts had like 3 home runs in that game.
I really do like our chances though. If we do add a guy like Dylan Cease, because man, just imagine
That
our
just gives us
defense
a
with
dog rotation.
yeah.
Those are just
So
straight dogs.
I can't wait till this spring training starts. Can't wait till the season starts. We're gonna get a good taste of the Dodgers real early. Like I said, we played them, twice in Japan, and then we do play them again in Chicago in April. So we're gonna get plenty of looks at them. Plus all the spring training games and stuff like that. But Cubs
Yeah, you
got to
also
make
get.
Cubs got to make this move, don't you think?
Yeah, yes, and going forward, I would rather play the dog teams first because, like the Diamondbacks, they were playing those great teams first, and look, then they made it to the playoffs and ended up making the World Series, but lost. But if we just play these teams right off the bat and get some wins in the future, if we play some teams like Colorado or like some other teams that aren't the best, and like the White Sox or something, going forward, that could give us a better chance of going over 90 wins and making the playoffs.
Yeah, get those out of the way early. But for sure, I think just with that rotation and add to our defense because I just think we're gonna be a lot better. I mean, we were already good defensively, but now we're going to be even better. And just add a guy like Dylan Cease is something the Cubs must do. And
Yes.
he's only going to be like 14 million. So if you were going to offer Alex Bregman $30 million a year, I think you can give up the money of it's like 13 point something $1 million. But the only bad thing is we're going to have to give up a young guy or two, or maybe even 2. So when we've talked about this on the show about guys that are in a log jam, like you're a fan, we talked about this. You're a fan of James Trianos. Is he ever going to be able to get his shot? Wouldn't you rather him get a chance to go and play, for the Padres and get a chance to play, and then land in a guy
Like,
like Dylan Cease we can win a World Series with?
or like someone like Kevin Alcantara, he's an outfielder too, and he can play the whole outfield, but just he's not going to get that chance because you got Pete in center, Happ in left, and then you got Tucker in right. Like all 3 of those players are so Happ and Kyle Tucker already have gold gloves, and I think it's almost a for sure chance that Pete's going to eventually get one just by some of the plays he makes.
So Jed, if you need some help to try to land Dylan Cease, get a hold of Parker. Parker had Jed get a hold of you to call the Padres and tell him to, hey man, cough up Dylan Cease because he can't tell a kid no, right?
Nice. Don't, but he has told me no before though.
No, Jed has. Jed's told you no, but
Yeah,
I'm saying the Padres can't tell you no,
yeah,
right?
they can't tell me no.
What, you don't like kids or what? Yeah, that's
They
that's
better.
that's what
They
that's
better
what
like
Jed needs to
kids.
do. But, oh yeah, tell your story about Jed. Jed won't let you be the bat boy yet in spring
Yeah,
training.
we're at the Cubs convention. I asked him if I can be the bad boy, but he said wait until you're I think it was like 13 or 14 years old. I'm like, I'll be all right. Just give me a helmet, I'll walk out there and get the bat and come right back in as easy as can be.
So Jed, get a hold of Park Chop. Have him get a hold of the Padres. Let's pull the plug. Let's get Dylan Cease. Cubs have a really good shot at winning the World Series. Last night, Mac McClung. We're gonna do some NBA here. Mac McClung, three-peat, baby. Dunk contest champion. 3 times, first time ever. Mac McClung. That was fun to watch.
I know that last dunk was awesome. But my favorite dunk that he did, and I think this was it was on the number one the jump over the car, that was awesome.
Yeah,
That
and he
was
jumped over the full car, not just the hood
yeah.
like Blake Griffin did. He jumped over the full car, turned, and did a reverse.
Reverse.
Bam! Boom! Right on him. But yeah, anyway.
He's
But we
like
want to.
almost impossible to beat. He's like he's
He is.
the
He's a dunk
ideas that
contest
he has.
legend.
The idea that he has is insane. Like you look at these other guys, they'll do like a 360 windmill dunk. He's bringing out a dang car.
Hey, could you imagine adding Mac McClung to the outfield? Man, he'd be robbing homers left and right, right? He can jump over cars. He can
Yeah,
jump over the fence and snag one, right?
yeah.
But no, we're super excited about spring training starting this week. We're gonna do a few episodes this week, and once the season starts, we're gonna try to crank them out every day. So, if you would just like and subscribe and comment below anything you want to talk about on the show, anything that you guys want to say about the show. We definitely enjoyed doing this. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we encourage you to keep on watching, share it if you would help us out. We are the Boys in Ivy, and we want to thank you for tuning in too today. And Parker, break us down. Let's get out of here. Go Cubs, go!
This is Boys and Ivy, and we out.
Thank you for watching the Boys and Ivy Cubs podcast. And like always,
Go Cubs, go!